we all know we shouldn't believe everything we see on social media, but with AI being everywhere, this has definitely become more difficult to do, right? So now there are hundreds of filters and editing apps out there that are really blurring the line between what's real and what's fake. Our next guest says this can have a serious impact on our mental health and, of course, our body image as well. Mental health expert Calissa Ngozi is going to join us this morning. She's here right now to walk us through all of this. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So let's talk about how AI is creating these unrealistic beauty standards that we are ingesting.
Absolutely. And it's not just us. It's for teens, it's kids, it's adults, it's seniors, it's everyone. And I think we have this misconstrued idea of what our body is supposed to look like because that's what the media is telling us.
Right.
So with social media, even influencers are feeling it. So it's a big deal.
Even influencers?
Even influencers. I know.
So, okay, let's talk about these body editing apps. How do they work? We know they're out there. How do they work?
Well, it's interesting because you just put your picture in, and it's not just when you and I were growing up, red eye reduction.
Right.
Now we're talking about our lips, our hips, our thighs, our eyes. We can change absolutely everything.
So, and we're watching some of this play out right now for our viewers.
So as you can see, like you can change somebody's height. You can change the space between their eyes. You can change body composition, lips, all of these pieces. And it's actually quite frightening because it's not who you are as a person. But when we're having people in the media say, okay, but you'd be better if you were a size 3 instead of a size 14, it starts to play in your psyche.
Absolutely. So what about AI-generated filters? Tell us about those.
Yeah, so there's a lot of those where it's going to change your voice. It's going to change exactly how you're looking. And it's remarkable. And unfortunately, our kids are seeing this. And now our kids are starting to have things like body dysmorphia. And they're starting to have these negative feelings and connotations about who they are as people because of this.
So what am I looking at? So this is AI filter. It looks so real. So this is an AI filter.
It does look real, doesn't it? Yeah. So she's changed her eyes.
That's not her face.
She's now changed her lips, the size of her lips.
Can we go back to that for a second? I just want to see it again. Okay. So she's like we're watching in real time.
Yeah, in real time we're watching it.
Okay. So.
Yeah. So she's absolutely changing everything now. She's covering her face right now, but you can see that all of a sudden her nose is different, right? She can change her teeth. She can change even how her collarbone sits. It's incredible what technology is allowing us to do now.
And we're consuming this, and our children are consuming this. Like these are their real images. Like these are what they really look like. So when we consume content like this, how is it impacting our mental health?
Well, you're not being you. You're not being true to yourself. And the other piece too is even as adults, we're seeing that people are using AI when they're submitting for jobs. Their profile pictures, it's not who they are. They're getting rid of things like freckles. They're getting rid of even eye color. I know, I'm telling you, it's crazy. But then when they show up for the interview, the person's like, you don't look like your picture, right? How do you explain that?
Right.
So it's that negative thought process that's happening. And it's causing a spike in kids and adults in terms of anxiety and depression and all of these negative thoughts.
Well, and it's one thing too, I mean, we can have these conversations. And like I, for example, could know that these are, AI-generated images or people are using filters, but I'm still consuming it, right? I can still have the knowledge, but I'm still part of the consumption. So it's about recognizing in the moment. For people who want to kind of wean themselves away from this, social media-wise, what would you suggest?
Number one, social media detox. I don't care who you are, we're all addicted. Everyone is addicted at some point, whether it's your watch, whether it's your phone, whether it's whatever it is. We're aimlessly scrolling. We're always looking. So with the social media detox, there's so many things that we can do, just a little bit at a time. I'm not asking you to get off your phone for an entire day. That's unrealistic. But maybe it's, maybe an hour before bed, I'm not going to look at my phone. Studies have shown that if you're looking at your phone too much, it's going to mess with your sleep pattern. So maybe it's also doing things like self-care. So I'm going to take a bath. I'm going to go for a massage. I'm going to go for a run. Well, I'm not going to go for a run, but you might go for a run.
Not me either. I won't see you out there.
So you find things that interest you. Maybe you're going to read a book. But whatever it is, taking yourself out of that element of too much social media and too much addiction, because it is addicting. We're chasing those dopamine kicks.
Oh, man. Well, thank you for being here today, Calissa.
Thank you for having me.
We really, really appreciate it. We'll see you soon. All right, we'll be right back, everybody.